All right. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the debut episode, excuse me, of FanForged Wrestling Forged in Fire, presented to you by Dubby Energy. Give me just one moment because there we go. I was hearing echoes in my head. All right. So, got 6 matches on tonight's card. And just to keep with, for tonight at least, next week be different. Next week, I hope to have universe mode fixed up. That way we can do universe mode. And hopefully, general manager at that time will be named. And we can do promos, matchups, and everything in order without having to go back to the main menu and switch back and forth. So, with that said, we're going to get started. I'm going to, in fact, give me 1 second. I'm going to fix something real quick. All right, there we go. We're live again. I turned the music off for the taking a break screen. I'm going to put that up in between matches just so I can get the matchup set up because tonight we have some surprises. It's our debut show, and I said a week ago that tonight was going to be filled with surprises and definitely going to be a few surprises in tonight's show. So, 6 matches on the card tonight. We have 3 Golden Ascent qualifiers. We have 2 tag team matches that both have title implications. We have the Motor City Machine Guns, Chris Sabin, Alex Shelley. They're taking on a mystery tag team for supremacy and try to take over as the #1 contenders in our soon to be Forged Alliance division. Our Forged Alliance division is our tag team division. That match will be coming up later tonight. Also, Angel Michelle, Madison Nicole was scheduled to be in a tag team match. The match, about 30 minutes ago, has been changed. So it will now be a 6-person tag team match. Angel Michelle, Madison Nicole, and newcomer Tiffany Page taking on the team of Brooklyn Nevaeh, Ashley Edwards, and a mystery partner. Yeah, I'm live on Twitch and YouTube right now with FanForged Wrestling. And then your main event for this evening, right before the show went on the air, we were actually going to hear from the new FFW heavyweight champion, Pete Dunne. However, those plans have changed. Pete Dunne currently getting checked out. We now understand that Pete Dunne was assaulted backstage by the number or hopeful number one contender, Daniel James. Daniel James will be a part of the number one contenders championship match tonight in the main event. The main event is going to be one to not miss. Daniel James is going to take part of it. Three other competitors that will be named at match time will take place. You'll see all of that. Plus, like I said, Golden Ascent qualifier, which is going to be a 6-man ladder match. Also later tonight, major groundbreaking announcement that will be made prior to the main event. And that announcement tonight will have a major impact on next Wednesday night's show on June the 10th. Also, Golden Ascent will take place Sunday, June 14th, 2026, live on Twitch and YouTube, presented to you by Dubby Energy. Already, championship matches has been mentioned. No names have been set in stone. And then you have the Golden Ascent ladder match. Next week on Forged in Fire, there will be a major announcement about that matchup. But first, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get the first matchup of the night set up. Bear with me for just one moment. Now, I do have music turned off on this because I do not feel like getting a copyright strike on either platform. All right. So this opening contest will be a qualifier for Golden Ascent. Two brand new newcomers to FanForged Wrestling, both making their debut right here tonight and already getting a golden opportunity to advance to June 14th at Golden Ascent in the ladder match. And here we go with the opening contest. All right, so Dalton Price getting ready to make his in-ring debut here for Fan Forged Wrestling. He considers himself the king of wrestling, so we will see how well he can fare in his debut match here tonight. All right, so you have one half of the generation of greatness, Stephen Matthews from Jonesboro, Arkansas, getting ready to make his in-ring debut. His brother Tony will be coming in to FFW here very shortly, if not making his debut next week. Right off the bat, Stephen Matthews with a nice Hurricane Rana goes out to the apron, comes back in and misses with a senton. Nice go behind by Stephen Matthews as Dalton Price gets a reversal into a side headlock, who is wrenching back on Stephen's neck. Drops his knees down on the back of Stephen's head and now wrenching on the neck. Dalton Price working on Stephen's head, already showing signs of injury to his head. Stephen lifts him up. Dalton reverses. Match so far going back and forth. Nice standing flipping drop kick. Springboard into a bulldog. Very nicely done by Stephen Matthews. Springboard moonsault and misses. Very nice neck breaker by Dalton Price. Elbow to the kidneys. And a nip up by Stephen Matthews. Whoa. Talk about lag. My apologies for that. Stephen Matthews falls down on Dalton Price, who tried to pick him up for a body slam. Basement drop kick missed by Stephen Matthews. Now Dalton Price goes to the outside of the ring, so does Stephen. Nice flurry of kicks by Stephen Matthews, who gets reversed, and another nip up by Stephen. Dalton going to the top rope, and he jumps off the top rope, and nobody was there. Stephen had already made his way inside the ring by the time he got ready to do the move. Poison Rana by Stephen Matthews. That could be it. Referee gets in position, and not even a one count. Looked like Stephen was going to try for that flipping bulldog again. Did not connect with it. Knee lift right to the gut and a kick to the forehead. Hurricane Rana by Stephen Matthews, who goes back outside to the apron again, tries for the senton, does not connect again. I tell you, those are some stiff kicks that Steven is laying into Dalton. And Dalton does the same. Oh, huge backbreaker by Dalton. Dalton drags him to the middle of the ring. Nice reversal by Steven. Kick to the midsection. And, Dalton reverses. Steven reverses into a neck breaker. Steven goes outside once again, calling for him to get up. Springboard Hurricane Rana, nicely done by Steven Matthews. Multiple kicks to Dalton Price's face. Dalton ducks a clothesline, but does not duck that one. And another by Steven Matthews. Nice leg trip by Steven Matthews, who is now fired up. Steven goes to the top rope. Into a Phoenix Splash. Is that a Phoenix Splash 630? Oh, Dalton kicks out at the last possible second. Steven likes going for that Hurricane Rana. He's hit it multiple times in the match, and he hits. I want to call that a Phoenix Splash 630. One, two, and three. Just like that, Steven Matthews will advance to the 14th at Golden Ascent. As we check out the replay of how this match went down, there is that Phoenix Splash 630 he hits it perfectly. First one, Dalton Price kicked out of, but that second one, he he could not kick out of. There it is, right there, ladies and gentlemen. And one, two, and three. All right, so Stephen Matthews will advance to Golden Ascent on the 14th. One of six competitors who has now been named, who have been, yeah, I said it right. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get things set up for the next contest of the night. Excuse me. I'm still here, just putting up the screen so I can get set for the next contest. And this next contest will be another qualifier in the Golden Ascent ladder match. Want to make sure it was the right matchup coming up next. All right. Second matchup of the night fixing to be underway, and it is another qualifier for Golden Ascent on June 14th. All right. Second matchup getting ready to be underway. All right. Here you go, ladies and gentlemen. Making his in ring debut. You can call him one third of the Triple Threat Syndicate, or you can call him one third of Dangerous by Design. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the debut of Shane Adams, also known as Grizzly Thunder on Twitch and on YouTube. Getting set for his first professional wrestling match. All right, and his opponent. All right, pay no mind to the ring announcer. His name is not the Masked Man. This is Gold Phoenix making his debut right here on FFW Forged in Fire tonight. Now, I will tell you this much right now. If anything, Shane Adams does have the advantage going into this matchup only because he has a size difference, the weight advantage. He's stronger than Gold Phoenix, but Gold Phoenix does have the speed advantage over Shane Adams. So as long as he can make this not a ground game, Gold Phoenix may have a chance to win this match. But if Shane Adams targets the legs and keeps him grounded, Gold Phoenix will not stand a chance in this matchup. Already, Shane Adams working the slow pace with the arm wringer working on the arm. Gold Phoenix reverses into a side headlock. Shane Adams goes behind. Also, right now, streaming on Twitch is Grizzly Thunder. Go check him out on Twitch and YouTube. In fact, I don't think he is streaming at the moment, but he will be later on this evening. Check him out, Grizzly Thunder. He streams 7 Days to Die, American Truck Simulator, and soon he will be streaming WWE 2K26 as well. Nice nip up by Gold Phoenix, who instantly gets knocked down with a clothesline by Shane Adams. And another clothesline. Nice standing drop kick by Gold Phoenix. There's that power advantage that Shane Adams has. Gold Phoenix was going to try to rush him back, but it did not happen. But Shane did get caught with a reverse DDT by Gold Phoenix. Now Shane Adams just beating him down on the outside until Gold Phoenix reversed it. Shane Adams goes back inside the hard way. Shane dodges the move, but does not does not counter the Irish whip. What the hell was that move? That was a flipping body slam by Gold Phoenix. I'm honestly surprised he got Shane Adams off of his feet. Shane Adams goes to the outside. Gold Phoenix taking off for flight into a suicide dive on the outside that Shane quickly reverses. Drop toe hold on the outside. Let me tell you, those mats on the outside does not protect you from much. Gold Phoenix working on the arm and shoulder of Shane Adams. The referee starts the count. Hard right hand by Shane Adams, who is just beating the hell out of Gold Phoenix on the outside. Gold Phoenix with a Hurricane Runner on the concrete on the outside. Referee up to 5. Gold Phoenix back in, but Shane Adams is still on the outside, who is down at the moment. Well, this is definitely not the time for Shane Adams to taunt. He is getting counted out here. Gold Phoenix goes for the cover, and Shane Adams kicks out at 2. Nice running neck breaker by Shane Adams. And now here goes the ground and pound. Like I said, Shane Adams needs to keep Gold Phoenix grounded, and that is what he is doing at the moment. Just stomping the hell out of his head. Irish whip, but he misses the back elbow and the hard right hand. Missed again. And that could be it. Oh no, Shane Adams kicks out at 2. Back elbow by Shane Adams, who goes and sets him up. Well, not a neck breaker. Well, neck breaker ish. Shane Adams goes to the top rope, comes down with a hard right hand to the face. And I do believe Gold Phoenix is busted open. There is that dangerous headbutt. And Gold Phoenix kicks out of the headbutt. Shane Adams now working on the arm of Gold Phoenix. They're battling out on the outside again. Looked like Gold Phoenix was attempting either a power bomb or a pile driver, but quickly gets reversed into a back body drop. Okay, and I do understand that my stream is a little bit laggy at the moment. I do apologize for that. These two going back and forth, trading blows with one another. Shane Adams gains the advantage of that. And what is he setting up for now? There's that headbutt again. And he kicks out again of the headbutt. Shane Adams calls that move set the F down. Shane Adams puts his feet on the ropes and he takes the win. So Shane Adams will advance into Golden Ascent coming up on the 14th. Did not win clean. Shane Adams did have his feet on the ropes. The referee did not see that. And there's the finish of the match right there. The feet on the ropes. Referee did not see it. So Stephen Matthews and Shane Adams now have advanced to Golden Ascent. Two out of the six members of the match have now been named. The rules of Golden Ascent will be announced next Wednesday night, live on Twitch and on YouTube. And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to switch screens here and get ready for the third match of the night. So hang tight, y'all. Very nice. Oh, wow. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I was sitting here talking to Grizzly Thunder about currently playing 7 Days to Die, which join me after stream tonight on Big Nate Gaming. I will be joining Grizzly Thunder on live to continue our gameplay of 7 Days to Die. We're almost on what day 160, if not more than that now, and it's getting pretty good. I will tell you that much. All right, so coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, is our tag team match. Like I said at the start of the show, this match will have championship implications. The Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley, Chris Sabin, are taking on a mystery team. And I just happen to notice their tag team is not set up on here. So their opponents will be coming out separately. Okay. I want to make sure I had that set up right. All right. Their opponents will be coming out separately, but it is a big time surprise that Fan Forged Wrestling happened to get and happened to sign. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The next contest is going to be our tag team match of the night. All right. Alex Shelley made his debut with Fan Forged Wrestling last week on the debut of Fan Forged Wrestling. Tonight, Chris Sabin has signed with Fan Forged Wrestling, and they are both debuting on the debut episode of Forged in Fire. Now, wait till you see who their opponents are. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you have heard it here first. Austin Creed, formerly known as Xavier Woods in the WWE, has now joined Fan Forged Wrestling. So, that can only mean one thing. If Austin Creed is here, who else is here? Well, ladies and gentlemen, that question is about to be answered. I told you tonight was going to be a night of surprises, debuts, and a whole lot more. Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin's here. Austin Creed is here. And his tag team partner is about to make his FFW debut. There's the video again. So his tag team partner can only be one person. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Formerly of the New Day. Their new name will be announced soon, but they are a part of Fan Forged Wrestling now. Formerly known as Kofi Kingston in the WWE, now being known as simply Kofi. So Kofi and Austin Creed both now in FFW along with the Motor City Machine Guns. And that is not all of the surprises that you will see tonight. We have more debuts coming in tonight. All right, this matchup is underway, ladies and gentlemen. Motor City Machine Guns taking on, formerly known as the New Day, Kofi and Austin Creed. Coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be our final qualifier of the night in the Golden Ascent ladder match. We will have three other qualifiers next Wednesday night. Those matches are yet to be determined. Catch my streams later on in the week and the beginning of next week for news and updates concerning next week. Excuse me. Concerning next week's episode of Fan Forged Wrestling. Irish whip into the corner. Austin trying to go for a tag to Kofi, but could not connect or could not tag him in. Nice suplex by Austin Creed, who now tags in Kofi. And Chris Sabin with some hard shots to Kofi's face. Chris Sabin trying to go for a super kick. It is reversed. Kofi takes advantage of the situation, knocks Chris Sabin outside of the ring. Nice neck breaker into the knee by Chris Sabin. Irish whip into the corner. Chris Sabin tags in Alex Shelley going for a double team maneuver here. Looks like a flatliner coming up. Drop kick flatliner combination. Very nicely done by the Motor City Machine Guns. Springboard moonsault by Alex Shelley. Kofi nips up and attacks Chris Sabin from behind into a spinning super kick. Very nice. Irish whip reverse. And I was going to say a high knee, but it happened to be a knee to the gut by Alex Shelley, who now tags in Chris Sabin. Irish whip and Chris Sabin into a spinning arm drag. Very nicely done. Super kick, but I don't think he caught all of it. Both men attempting a springboard attempt. Both failed miserably. Nice float over into a back suplex by Kofi. Both men outside the ring now. Kofi laying in the punches. Chris reverses. Slammed him down face first on the mat, on the apron of the ring. Chris Sabin taunting Kofi. Goes off the top rope into a crossbody. Both men continuing to fight on the outside of the ring. And I was going to say, when Chris Sabin smashed Kofi's face into the ring apron, you always hear commentators say, nice float over, by the way, into a DDT. You always hear commentators say that they're being slammed onto the hardest part of the ring. There's a pinfall, and Kofi kicks out at the count of two. I want to beg to differ about that comment. The apron, not the hardest part of the ring. The ring post would happen to be the hardest part of the ring. Kofi gets a hot tag, or gives rather, sorry, to Xavier or Austin Creed. Chris Sabin trying to crawl over to his corner, but Austin Creed quickly stops him. Back elbow by Sabin. Side Russian leg sweep by Chris Sabin. This match has been back and forth all night. Chris Sabin calling for Austin to get up. Springboard DDT by Chris Sabin. Austin Creed nips up quickly. Irish whip into the corner. Looked like Alex Shelley was going for a tag, but Austin Creed quickly counters that. Yeah, takes him back first into the padding in the corner, and a one count only, says the referee. Austin steps out on the ring apron and calls for Alex Shelley to get up. I'm sorry, Chris Sabin. Into a missile drop kick. Alex Shelley trying to get the hot tag, but Austin Creed stops it. Austin trying to tag in Kofi, but did not happen. Austin in the corner of the Motor City Machine Guns. Both teams trying to tag their partners in, and it is just not happening. Austin going for a suplex that Chris reverses. Dragon suplex by Chris Sabin, who tags in Alex Shelley now. Austin Creed double stomp or double kick to the face. Austin Irish whips to the corner, tries tagging Kofi, does not work. Arm wringer reversed by Austin Creed. Look, it's going to take me a while not to call him Xavier Woods because I've known him as Xavier Woods for almost, 15 years in the WWE? And Austin Creed just raking the face of Alex Shelley on that top rope. Irish whip into the corner, hard right hand by Austin Creed. Turns him around. Looks like going for a tornado DDT. And he connects. Goes for the cover. And Chris Sabin quickly breaks it up at the count of 2. Discus punch by Austin Creed would make the Texas Tornado happy. Alex Shelley Irish whip to the corner. Finally was able to tag in Chris Sabin, setting him up for a double team. Double hip toss into a double kick. Forearm shot by Austin Creed. Irish whip reversal. Chris Sabin trying to run at Austin Creed but gets reversed. And now Austin Creed just choking him in the corner until Chris Sabin reverses. Well, like Chris Sabin was trying to springboard attempt, duck under, leapfrog. Don't know what he was trying to go for there, but it failed miserably. Referee starts his count, or her count rather, and Chris Sabin kicks out at 2. Alex Shelley desperately trying to get the tag from Chris Sabin. Every time he tries, Austin Creed stops him. Irish whip reversal into a big boot by Chris Sabin. And Chris Sabin finally makes the tag to Alex Shelley. Irish whip reversal into the corner of the Motor City Machine Guns. And Austin Creed rakes the face of Alex Shelley across the top rope. Kick to the midsection. Austin Creed sets him up. Down he goes with a power bomb. Alex Shelley quickly rolls to the outside of the ring. Austin Creed tags in Kofi again. Kofi wiping his feet on the mat, who automatically gets hit by Alex Shelley with a clothesline. Alex Shelley choking Kofi in the corner. Alex Shelley lifts him up. I do believe, was that the Shell Shock? No, it was not. Sorry. Death Belly Driver. Chris Sabin, who gets a tag, tries to go for a super kick, but Kofi ducks. Crucifix into the cover, and Kofi kicks out at 2. All right. Both Austin Creed and Chris Sabin are the legal men in the ring at this time. Alex Shelley attacking Austin Creed. Chris Sabin on the outside of the ring getting counted out. He finally gets back in the ring and runs into a clothesline from Austin Creed. Chris Sabin gets a hot tag to Alex Shelley. Austin Creed was sitting up on the top rope waiting for him to get up. It did not happen, though. He got the tag in instead. Nice arm drag takedown by Alex Shelley. Kick to the midsection. Float over reverse DDT. Alex Shelley dragging Austin Creed to the middle of the ring. And there it is. Shell shot. It is locked in. Will Austin Creed tap out? No, he will not. Kofi breaks it up. Looks like Alex Shelley may be going for a pinfall attempt. No, he goes and picks up Austin Creed. Irish whip reversal. And once again, just rakes the face of Alex Shelley across that top rope. The lack of respect that Austin Creed is showing the Motor City Machine Guns. Austin Creed not happy that that was not a 3 count. Don't know what either man was trying to attempt there, but it failed miserably. There's the honor roll, but it was ducked. Chris Sabin goes and picks up Austin Creed. Austin Creed trying to knock Chris Sabin off the apron does not work. Springboard into a DDT off the top rope. Chris Sabin takes control. Irish whip into his corner. there's a there's a tag to Alex Shelley. Oh, and Austin Creed kicks out at the last moment. Alex Shelley goes to the top rope, calls for Austin to get to his feet into a double stomp that was reversed into a clothesline from behind. Austin Creed tags in Kofi. Remember tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we still have a fatal 4-way main event to name a number one contender for the FFW Heavyweight Championship and a 6-person tag team match that will be coming up shortly. Chris Sabin goes for the cover, and Austin Creed quickly breaks up the cover. There's a tag by the Motor City Machine Guns. Springboard moonsault by Alex Shelley. Super kick by Alex Shelley. Alex Shelley going up to the top rope. Frog splash, but Kofi gets the knees up. Kofi trying to backhand chop. Irish whip reversal. Alex Shelley kick to the gut and another kick just for good measure. Tags in Chris Sabin and now begins to choke Kofi, who reverses it. Tilt-a-whirl head scissor by Chris Sabin into a super kick. Goes for the cover. And Kofi kicks out at 2. Running power slam by Chris Sabin, who goes and tags in Alex Shelley rather. And Kofi nips up. Irish whip. Nope. Reversal. Kick to the gut by Kofi. Irish whip into Kofi's corner. Tag was made. What are they setting him up for here? Nice double team maneuver. Alex Shelley nips up though. Irish whip into the corner. Tags in Kofi. Body splash. Leg drop combo. Nicely done. What's Kofi setting up for? Trouble in paradise, but it is reversed into a super kick. Irish whip. Drop toe hold reversed. Kofi with a springboard drop kick on Alex Shelley. Nicely done. Slammed his head down right on our Dubby Energy logo. The show being presented by Dubby Energy. If you want to try Dubby Energy for yourself, visit dubby.gg, dubby.gg. Enter in promo code Big Nate Gaming. I'm sorry, Big Nate Energy at checkout. Save yourself 10%, or enter in Grizzly Thunder and also save yourself 10%. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Kofi and Austin Creed win by countout. I was too busy to talking about our sponsor to realize that the referee was counting the Motor City Machine Guns out in that match. So Kofi and Austin Creed have won this contest by countout. And so far, that match right there, All right, well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Kofi and Austin Creed, your winners of this match. Without a doubt, even though it was a matchup that I wished had a better outcome, but it is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we are going to get set here for our next contest of the night. This is going to be our fourth match out of six. So we're speeding along pretty well on tonight's show. Still to come tonight, Fatal Four Way number one contenders match. We now know that Daniel James will be one of the contenders, or I should say, one of the participants in the match. The others will be named at match time. We still have the six-person tag team match. Angel Michelle, Madison Nicole, and Tiffany Page taking on the team of Brooklyn Nevaeh, Ashley Edwards, and a third teammate yet to be named. We understand that Brooklyn and Ashley both have went out and found a suitable tag team partner for tonight's match. So we will find out who that is shortly. But coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, is our last Golden Ascent qualifier for the night. Two men making their FFW debut. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will be back momentarily with that next match. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting set for this next contest. And it is my understanding that the unnamed general manager has just made it official. This following contest is going to be an Extreme Rules match. All right, so we are getting set for this matchup. Both men making their FFW debut right here tonight. And this match should be one hell of a fight. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go with the next contest. The final qualifier for Golden Ascent. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I thought we were going to hear from our ring announcer, but apparently he is not going to talk. So, ladies and gentlemen, what you see before you, he is known as the preacher of pain, the minister of madness. This is Jason Cross of the Black Cross Society. He is cold, he is calculating, he is pure evil, and he is hell bent on ridding fan forged wrestling of everything that is good. But he has a very, very tough task in front of him. Ladies and gentlemen, you know this man from WWE. You know him from AEW, formerly known as Malachi Black, formerly known as Aleister Black. Ladies and gentlemen, making his FFW debut is Malachi. During the recent cuts from WWE, FFW has luckily acquired the talent of many of those that were released from the company. Malachi being one of them. The Motor City Machine Guns being another two that we have acquired. Kofi, Austin Creed, and wait until you see who else has signed with Fan Forged Wrestling. And I guess our ring announcer has decided to take the night off because I have not heard his voice since the last match. After this match, and this is a Golden Ascent qualifier also. It is Extreme Rules. And coming up next will be our 6-person now elimination matchup. Springboard moonsault by Malachi. Quick kick out by Jason Cross. Malachi just right now beating the hell out of Jason Cross. Springboard moonsault again by Malachi. Big boot by Jason Cross and a kick to the gut, but reversed. Malachi backs Jason Cross into the ropes. Springboard kick by Malachi. Goes for that moonsault again, but did not connect. Irish whip into a big boot by Jason Cross, who now goes to the outside of the ring looking for a weapon and brings out a metal folding chair. Malachi grabs a kendo stick and smashes Jason Cross in the forehead with it. I'm being told that Jason Cross wears the mask because he has a past that wasn't so good to him. So he hides the scars because he believes that deep down inside, he is what the world has created him, an ugly monster. Known as a preacher of pain and the minister of madness, wants to rid the good in FFW. And Malachi being, whoa, nice reversal by Malachi. Malachi being the first person in Jason Cross's way. Cross sets up, hard right hands by Malachi. Black Mass out of nowhere. And a kick out at 2. Wow. Malachi hit that out of nowhere. Kick to the gut. Goes for a suplex. Jason Cross reverses. Chop blocked by Jason Cross. Hard right hand. Back elbow reversed. Knee right to the face of Jason Cross. Goes for the cover. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, I was not expecting that outcome, to be honest with you. I also wasn't expecting that match to be that quick. But nevertheless, Malachi has advanced to Golden Ascent. And there is how Malachi won the match. So our ring announcer doesn't introduce neither of these men at the beginning of the match, but yet wants to cut me off after this match is over. Go figure. All right, ladies and gentlemen, with that said, we are gearing up for our semi main event of the evening. The general manager, who has yet to be named, has made this next contest an elimination match, 6-person elimination. My question is, who has Brooklyn Nevaeh and, sorry, I had a brain fart, who has Brooklyn Nevaeh and Ashley Edwards got as their tag team partner? We are about to find that out, ladies and gentlemen. But while we set up this next contest, I said at the start of the show that we was going to have a major announcement. That announcement is this. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. But the major announcement is this: next week, new faces are going to debut in FFW. We have new competitors joining the roster. Not only do we have new competitors joining the roster, but ladies and gentlemen, at Golden Ascent, all of FFW's championships will be on the line. Now, as I've said at the beginning of the show, the Golden Ascent ladder match, we already know three names. The next three names will be named next Wednesday night. We will have the FFW Fan Forged Wrestling Heavyweight Championship main event decided at Golden Ascent. Pete Dunne will defend the FFW Heavyweight Championship against the winner of tonight's main event. He will defend the championship against the winner of tonight's Fatal Four Way. Not only that, ladies and gentlemen, but here is the announcement that I hope you all have been waiting. At Golden Ascent, we will debut the Fan Forged Wrestling Community Championship. This championship will be defended weekly. Whether, well, I say weekly, every show, the championship will be defended. But the way it is defended is strictly up to you. You name the challenger, the wrestler that gets the most votes between Wednesday at the end of Fan Forged Wrestling to the next week, 1 hour prior to Forged in Fire. The wrestler with the most votes will challenge the champion for the championship. Now, not only do you get to vote for the wrestler, there will be times that you will get to vote on the type of match: one on one, triple threat, fatal four way, 5-way, 6-way. Could be a battle royal, could be a ladder match, TLC, hardcore. It could wind up being anything. The community championship is literally in your hands. Now, with that said, I'm looking forward to that title debuting at I'm sorry, not Forged in Fire, but at Golden Ascent. There will be, I'm hoping there will be a poll, and I will give a list of the wrestlers on Facebook, on Triple Threat Syndicate. Vote for your favorite. If you don't know who your favorite is, randomly pick one. Or go back and watch tonight's episode. Or watch the debut show. And here's what makes it even better. The championship, the championship is welcome to all, male or female. It is a mixed championship. So both men and women can both compete for the championship. So get on to Facebook.com, find out or find Triple Threat Syndicate. I'm hoping to have a website for Fan Forged Wrestling to be built soon where it'll keep track of the records, the roster, and I will put up a poll and you can vote. And here's one even better. The FFW Heavyweight Champion can also compete for the community championship. So, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to get things set up for the next contest, our semi main event of the evening. It is an elimination matchup, and it will feature Angel Michelle, Madison Nicole, and making her, well, Madison Nicole always also making her debut tonight as well. And also making her debut, Tiffany Page, as they team up to take on the team of Brooklyn Nevaeh, Ashley Edwards, both of them making their in ring debut tonight, and a mystery partner. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Getting set for our semi main event of the evening. This match also has championship implications to it because this match could determine the pecking order of the FFW women's division. Oops, wrong scene. Sorry about that, y'all. All right. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Angel Michelle. If you missed the debut episode of, for not Forged in Fire, but Fan Forged Wrestling, you would have seen her take place in a big time matchup. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there she is. Madison Nicole making her in ring debut for FFW. Little history about this match: Angel Michelle, Madison Nicole, mother and daughter. The first, well, not the first, sorry. I take that back. First for FFW, mother and daughter tag team. And their partner, Tiffany Page. All right. So there's the first team: Angel Michelle, Madison Nicole, and Tiffany Page. Tiffany Page and Madison Nicole getting set to make their in ring debuts with FFW. And the next three are also newcomers to FFW, even though I have no idea who the third partner is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Brooklyn Nevaeh is making her way to the ring. Brooklyn Nevaeh, also the daughter of Angel Michelle and the sister of Madison Nicole. And they are on opposite sides of one another tonight. Like I said, this match does have championship implications because this match could very well determine the pecking order of the women's division right here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Ashley Edwards in the ring getting ready for this six-person tag elimination contest. But who is their tag team partner? All right, ladies and gentlemen, what a surprise. Another round of releases that the WWE let go of. Joining Fan Forged Wrestling, this is Lacey Ryan, formerly known as Zoe Stark in the WWE and NXT, now making her FFW debut right here tonight. Brooklyn Nevaeh starting things off with a series of kicks to Angel Michelle and sends her into a back suplex. Irish whip into drop down. First tag of the night, Brooklyn Nevaeh to Ashley Edwards. There's a hot tag to Brooklyn Nevaeh. Angel Michelle trying to go for a hot tag herself, but could not make it. Back suplex by Angel Michelle. And could not see what that move was. I think it may have been a leg drop. Angel Michelle goes for the cover. High back body drop by Brooklyn Nevaeh. Hey Madison, come here. Oh shit. Sorry y'all, I was talking to my daughter. I apologize for that. All right, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Having a little bit of issues here at home. I apologize. But I'm back, and this match continues as Madison Nicole is taking control of Lacey Ryan. And now it looks like Madison Nicole is going to tag in Tiffany Page. This is your semi main event of the evening. Coming up next, Fatal 4-Way for the number one contender rights to Pete Dunne's FFW Championship. Irish Whip Reversal. Lacey Ryan setting her up into a hip toss. Very unique and innovative move by Lacey Ryan. Brooklyn Nevaeh gets tagged in. Hard right hand to the gut of Tiffany Page. Kick to the midsection. Fisherman Buster, or, well, yeah, Fisherman Buster. I was going to say Fisherman's Brain Buster. And a kick out by Tiffany Page. Irish Whip Reversal into the corner. Shoulder thrust into the lower back of Brooklyn Nevaeh. Back into the corner again. And into a German suplex by Tiffany Page. Nicely done. And a kick to, or stomp to the lower back, rather. Basement drop kick by Tiffany Page. Irish Whip Reversal into the corner. That was a wild shot that missed. Angel Michelle back in. Took a little bit too much time there. Brooklyn Nevaeh able to counter it into a drop kick. Brooklyn Nevaeh lifts Angel Michelle up on her shoulders into a Samoan driver. Tiffany Page breaks it up. Brooklyn Nevaeh now getting ready. I was going to say tag in or tag out, but she did not. Back suplex by Brooklyn Nevaeh. And Tiffany Page gets a tag. Angel Michelle still down in the middle of the ring. Irish whip by Tiffany Page into looked like a side slam, but it was quickly reversed. Body slam by Brooklyn Nevaeh, who was trying to go outside the ring, but quickly gets stopped by Tiffany Page. Brooklyn Nevaeh throwing Tiffany Page on the outside and a hard knee right to the face. What's Brooklyn going for? A leg drop on the middle rope. Brooklyn Nevaeh stun gun on Angel Michelle. What? Yeah. Now Brooklyn trying to go after her sister Madison Nicole, but Madison reverses. Hurricane Rana by Brooklyn Nevaeh, who quickly tags in, maybe? No. She thinks twice about tagging in, or tagging out, rather. Brooklyn going for that Samoan driver again. Goes for the cover. Kick to the midsection. Irish whip reversal. She gonna set up for that drop kick again? Yes, she does, but it was reversed. Face buster by Tiffany Page. Brooklyn Nevaeh quickly reverses that. Kick to the gut. Going for the fisherman's buster again, but it is countered into a cradle. Referee not in position. And it is reversed. And Angel Michelle quickly breaks up the count. Ripcord elbow by Brooklyn Nevaeh. Kick to the gut. What's she setting up for? Powerbomb? Reversed by Tiffany Page. Ducks the clothesline. Catches a kick. Hard right. Hand straight to the face. This match is back and forth, let me tell you, and it is living up to the hype of our semi-main event of the evening. Back elbow reversed by Brooklyn Nevaeh into a German suplex. Brooklyn Nevaeh picks up Tiffany Page. Going for another Irish whip, but it's reversed. Tiffany Page Irish whips her into her corner. Will she go for a tag? No, she will not. Oh, stiff forearm shot right to the chest and a kick to the chest. One arm backbreaker into another one. Brooklyn makes a hot tag to Ashley Edwards, who misses the flying clothesline. Irish whip into a side slam that or a scoop slam. BFT right down on Tiffany Page's neck. Does not go for the cover. I would have went for the cover there. Plants her down with the DDT. She reverses to a kick to the skull. Wrenching back on the neck, but Tiffany Page quickly reverses. Was going for a Hurricane Rana, but Tiffany Page reverses into a European uppercut. Double-handed chokeslam? Tags in Madison Nicole. Ashley Edwards tags in Lacey Ryan. Sorry. Hurricane Rana by Lacey Ryan, who goes for the cover. And a kick out at 2 by Madison Nicole. Madison Nicole getting stomped on the outside of the ring. Right out here in front of the commentator's table. Lacey Ryan breaks up the count. Goes for a kick to the face, but Madison reverses. Spinning kick to the gut by Madison Nicole. But from now on, no attitude. Referees count up to 7. Lacey Ryan needs to make it back into the ring, and she does before the referee counts to 10. Madison tags in Tiffany Page into a double shoulder tackle. Slingshot leg drop by Tiffany Page. Tiffany Page setting her up for something. Cannonball leg drop to the back. Tiffany Page could be setting up for the double-handed choke slam again. And she does. Tries to set her up for a finisher, but Lacey Ryan reverses. Back suplex by Lacey Ryan. Tiffany Page reverses. Goes for the cover. Oh, and a kick out right before 3. Springboard into a cross body by Lacey Ryan. Lacey picks up Tiffany. Irish whip reversal into the corner. Dragon sleeper having her just hung up there. Irish whip into the corner. Lacey Ryan, well, was going to set up a move. Well, she did. She connected right to Angel Michelle's jaw. Goes for the cover. Madison Nicole quickly breaks it up. Easy for me to say, right? And there it is, the Angel's Halo. Angel's Halo is locked in, but Zoe Stark, I'm sorry, not Zoe Stark. Lacey Ryan has been eliminated from this match. Thanks to the Angel's Halo by Angel Michelle. Brooklyn Nevaeh goes for the cover. One, two, and a kick out by Angel Michelle. Brooklyn Nevaeh almost picked up her first elimination of the night. Angel Michelle tags in Madison Nicole. Nice double team move by mother daughter duo. Tornado DDT by Ashley Edwards, who tags in Brooklyn Nevaeh. Brooklyn Nevaeh trying to set Madison Nicole up for a finisher. Madison reverses into a cover, but only gets a one count. Cross body block by Madison Nicole. There's that knee right to Madison's face, followed up by the leg drop hung up on the middle rope. And a stun gun by Brooklyn Nevaeh, who now tags in Ashley Edwards. Madison goes for the cover, and Ashley kicks out at one. Madison trying for the springboard coffin drop and misses. Irish whip to the corner, forearm. Oh man. Oh, Madison Nicole kicked her right in the skull, hung up on the top rope. Good night. Never mind. Brooklyn Nevaeh breaks it up. Madison Nicole tags in Angel Michelle, who goes for the cover with her feet on there. Come on, Shane Adams won this way earlier tonight. No, Ashley Edwards kicks out. Angel Michelle trying to cheat her way to victory. Angel Michelle tags Madison Nicole back in with a standing moonsault and a moonsault from the top rope, which gets blocked. Madison Nicole rolls out of the way. Hip toss by Madison Nicole. Ashley Edwards kick to the midsection. The distraction long enough so Madison could grab her into a, never mind, not a fall away slam, but a splash by Ashley Edwards. Madison Nicole tags in Angel Michelle once again. Ashley Edwards with a tornado DDT on Angel Michelle. What's Ashley Edwards setting up for? A kick to the midsection into a snap DDT. And Madison Nicole breaks up that cover. Spin out powerbomb by Ashley Edwards on Madison Nicole. Irish whip into the corner. Ashley Edwards tags in Brooklyn Nevaeh. Spinning head scissors by Brooklyn Nevaeh on Angel Michelle. This match went from a 6-person tag to now a 3-on-2 handicap match. Angel Michelle tags in Tiffany Page. Snap suplex by Tiffany Page. Picks up Brooklyn Nevaeh. Tiffany trying to go for her finisher, but Brooklyn reverses it. Snap DDT by Brooklyn Nevaeh. Huge power bomb by Brooklyn Nevaeh on Tiffany Page. Brooklyn tags in Ashley Edwards. Irish whip reversal. Going for a back elbow, but Ashley reverses into a clothesline. Ashley takes in some time to taunt with the fans. That gave Tiffany enough time to tag in Madison, who instantly gets hit with a reverse twist of fate. Goes for the cover. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. Michinoku driver by Madison Nicole. Knee right to the face into a poison Rana. Brooklyn quickly breaks it up. Springboard coffin drop missed. Irish whip reverse. How would you play? Because I said, I was like, wait, come on. I'm going to go receive. Madison Nicole going after Brooklyn Nevaeh on the outside of the ring. Hurricane Rana by Ashley Edwards. Ashley going to the top rope. She could be going for that moonsault. That Madison gets up and into a double sledge off the top rope. And Madison Nicole kicks out at 2. Forearm shot by Madison Nicole. Back elbow by Madison Nicole on Ashley Edwards. World's strongest slam by Madison Nicole. Trying for that standing moonsault again. Countered by Ashley Edwards. Irish whip into her corner. Goes for the tag, but Madison reverses. Splash into the corner. Alley oop by Madison Nicole. Ashley Edwards quickly nips up. Madison rolls out of the way. Roll up into a kick to the forehead. Madison quickly tags in Angel Michelle. Drop kick by Ashley Edwards on Angel Michelle. And now she quickly tags in Brooklyn Nevaeh. Springboard cross body by Brooklyn Nevaeh. Brooklyn Nevaeh with a huge power bomb on Angel Michelle. Brooklyn quickly tags in Ashley and runs straight into a tackle by Angel Michelle, who tags in Tiffany Page. Moonsault, standing moonsault, but Ashley gets the knees up into a snap German suplex. Tiffany tags in Madison Nicole. Only had one elimination so far in this match, and that was Lacey Edwards. I'm sorry, Lacey Ryan. I'm getting two people confused here. Goes for the cover. Standing moonsault, but only gets a 2 count. Irish whip into the corner. Back elbow by Ashley Edwards. Clothesline down goes Madison. Oh, Madison going for that knee strike and kick combo and gets caught with the DDT, the snap DDT at that. Goes for the cover. Madison's foot is clearly under the rope, though. The referee doesn't see it, but Angel Michelle is there to break up the pinfall. Both women completely exhausted and gave out. Madison rolls out of the way. Irish whip reversal. Clothesline into the corner by Ashley, who tries to choke Madison Nicole but quickly reverses. Kick to the gut. Flipping neck breaker by Madison Nicole. Quickly goes for the cover. Brooklyn Nevaeh quickly breaks it up. I like to see the fans start a counter to see how many times I've said quickly in this match. Just this match alone. Fallout by Ashley, who goes and tags in Brooklyn Nevaeh. Irish whip reversal into the corner. And a clothesline by Brooklyn Nevaeh. Kick to the midsection. Going for that Fisherman's Buster again. But does not go for the cover. That might come back to haunt Brooklyn Nevaeh. Fallout by Madison Nicole. And she goes and tags in Tiffany Page. Suplex by Tiffany Page. Steps on Brooklyn Nevaeh into a moonsault. Goes up to the middle rope. Into a moonsault, but Brooklyn reverses. Back elbow by Tiffany Page on Brooklyn. Standing Inseguri by Brooklyn. And a crossbody by Tiffany, who goes for the cover. And Brooklyn kicks out at 2. Brooklyn goes and tags in Ashley. Hard clothesline on Tiffany, or rather Ashley. Ashley goes for the roll up. 2 counts, says the referee. Ashley rushes Tiffany into the corner. Widow's Peak by Tiffany Page, but does not go for the cover. Now she goes for the cover. And Brooklyn quickly breaks up the count. Widow's Peak again goes for the cover. and Ashley Edwards kicks out. Hurricane Rana by Ashley Edwards. Hurricane Rana by Ashley Edwards, who goes and quickly tags in. There's the word quickly again. Tags in Brooklyn Nevaeh. Misses with the Enziguri, but Tiffany Page does not miss with the suplex. This matchup taking its toll on the participants of this match. Brooklyn just trying to catch her breath, but Angel Michelle will not allow her to. Brooklyn Nevaeh lifts Angel Michelle up on her shoulders into a Samoan driver on the outside. Oh, deadlift power bomb by Brooklyn Nevaeh. Another Samoan driver on the outside of the ring by Brooklyn Nevaeh. And Angel Michelle has been eliminated by countout thanks to Brooklyn Nevaeh. Now we are down to 2-on-2. Madison finally hits a coffin drop on Brooklyn Nevaeh. Goes for the cover. Ashley Edwards breaks it up. Middle rope senton was blocked by Brooklyn. Another coffin drop, but she was way off the mark. I don't know how she did, but Brooklyn Nevaeh kicked out of Madison Nicole's finisher. The punt kick straight to the forehead. Brooklyn goes to the top rope. What she's setting up for. Top rope hurricane runner by Brooklyn Nevaeh. Goes for the cover. And Tiffany Page quickly breaks it up. Madison Nicole eliminating Brooklyn Nevaeh from the match. We are now down to 2-on-1. Madison Nicole and Tiffany Page against Ashley Edwards. Twist of fate by Ashley Edwards. Tiffany Page kicks out. Madison Nicole breaks up the pin attempt. Madison Nicole working on the leg of Ashley Edwards. Spin out neckbreaker into a coffin drop. Soccer style kick to the back of Ashley Edwards. Hard punch right to the gut by Tiffany Page. Hung up on the middle rope is Ashley Edwards by Tiffany Page. Madison Nicole standing on the outside on the apron, busted wide open, bleeding from the eyebrow. And now Madison Nicole with her feet up on the ropes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Madison Nicole and Tiffany Page are your winners. Madison Nicole, who did get busted open earlier in the match. You see the cut. Well, not only do you see the blood on Madison Nicole's face, her face also bruised up from this matchup. All three women are beaten, bloodied, and scarred, but this match had title implications. And next week, just getting word, next week, the winners of this match, Ashley Edwards, I'm sorry, not Ashley Edwards, Tiffany Page. I'm just getting word, ladies and gentlemen, that next week, live, right here on Twitch, live on YouTube, we will crown a number one and a number two contender for the FFW Women's Championship. You can see the faces of these three women. They're beaten, they're bloody, they're bruised. Madison Nicole got a cut over her eyebrow. She may have to shave off her eyebrows to stitch that up. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to get set for our main event of the evening. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to flip screens real quick. I'm still here with you. As we get set for our main event. This is going to be a fatal four-way extreme rules match. The winner of this match will go on to face Pete Dunne at Golden Ascent June 14th. We know one participant already in the match, that being Daniel James. The other three contenders will be announced when they come out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, getting the match put through. It will be coming up to you momentarily. Fatal four way, like I said. We already know one competitor. We're fixing to find out the other three. Not only that, but this match is now an Extreme Rules match. The winner will go on to face Pete Dunne Sunday, June 14th at Golden Ascent. By the way, your main event of the evening is being presented to you by Dubby Energy. Go to dubby.gg, find a product you like, and enter the promo code Big Nate Energy at checkout and save yourself 10%, or use Grizzly Thunder to save yourself 10%.
Whoops.
Sorry,
Sorry,
y'all.
y'all.
I had to flip the screen back over. All right, Daniel James getting set for this matchup. And here you go, ladies and gentlemen. You've seen him last week on our debut show for he debuted last week on Fan Forged Wrestling as he took on the Undertaker in an I Quit match that has people talking about what happened because both of them were glitching through the ring. So now he is set for a number one contenders match tonight. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here he comes to the ring, Nate Woods. Three of the four competitors that are in this matchup tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to try to call this action the best that I can. All four men in the ring at one time, inside the ring, outside of the ring. But we're getting set for our next debuting wrestler. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you one of the greatest, excuse me, one of the greatest signings thus far in Fan Forged Wrestling, formerly known as Bo Dallas, formerly known as Uncle Howdy. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Wyatt Wyndham, brother of one of the best in ring performers this generation has seen, Bray Wyatt, former leader of the Wyatt Six. We've seen his former protege, his former tag team partner, faction member, Dexter Loomis last week, and he is here in Fan Forged Wrestling. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Our main event is underway. Fatal four-way Extreme Rules match. One pinfall to the finish. Was supposed to be an elimination match, but things happen beyond my control sometimes. So this match is now one pinfall to the finish. And Andre Chase almost getting the upset victory over Daniel James. Big boot by Nate Woods and followed up with a splash. Wyatt Wyndham and Daniel James on the other side of the ring. Daniel James with a kick to the midsection and goes straight after Nate Woods. These two are tag team members, tag team partners. These two are members of the Triple Threat Syndicate. And but with the number one contendership on the line, there are no friends. There are no teammates. Everybody wants a shot at the FFW Heavyweight Championship. Daniel James, more than anybody, he felt like he was robbed last week in the 30-man over the top rumble. Kick out at one by Andre Chase. So, recap of what happened earlier tonight. Stephen Matthews already advancing into Golden Ascent. Daniel James' brother and third member of the Triple Threat Syndicate, Shane Adams, qualifying for the Golden Ascent ladder match. Also, Malachi, formerly known as Aleister Black, has advanced to the Golden Ascent ladder match. And now the main event to crown a number one contender to go against Pete Dunne June 14th is happening now. Gut wrench powerbomb by Nate Woods on Wyatt Wyndham. Wyatt Wyndham trying to cross body but gets reversed. Shock treatment by Nate Woods on Wyatt Wyndham. Wyatt Wyndham with the roll up. Daniel James setting a table on fire. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the name of the show is Forged in Fire, and we're living up to it here in this main event. Cobra Clutch Russian leg sweep by Wyatt Wyndham on Nate Woods. Fisherman suplex by Andre Chase on Daniel James. Daniel James quickly reverses. Daniel James with the kendo stick right into the gut of Andre Chase and then cracks him in the top of the head with it and the back. Goes for the cover. And Nate Woods quickly breaks up. There's the word quickly again. I guarantee I've said quickly about 70 times tonight. Daniel James with a stalling suplex, but Andre Chase reverses into a chop block. Wyatt Wyndham brings Nate Woods in the hard way. Andre Chase goes flying over the top rope thanks to Daniel James. Irish whip. Daniel James reverses. Throws Wyatt into the corner. Andre Chase with a neck breaker. And Daniel James automatically attacks Andre Chase with the bag of thumbtacks. Andre Chase puts out the flaming table at ringside. Big Nate. Nate Woods, rather, with a top rope splash on Wyatt Wyndham, and Wyatt Wyndham goes through the table as he rolls out of the ring. Daniel James goes for the cover on Nate Woods. Andre Chase is there to break it up. Andre Chase, nice maneuver there by Andre on Daniel James. Wyatt Wyndham throws Andre Chase into the referee. Huge impactful move on Daniel James by Nate Woods. Nate goes for the cover on Wyatt. And Wyatt Wyndham kicks out at 2. Nate Woods goes for the cover again. And a kick out at 1 this time. And goes for another cover. This time with his feet on the ropes. And once again, Wyatt Wyndham kicks out at 2. It looked like Wyatt Wyndham was trying for his finisher. Daniel James blocks it. Daniel James reverses the powerbomb attempt by Wyatt Wyndham. Daniel James goes for the cover. Oh, Daniel James so close on winning. Barely kicks out at 3. The one and only by Nate Woods on Daniel James. Wyatt Wyndham with the back elbow to Nate Woods. Irish whip. Nate Woods goes flying over the top rope. Wyatt Wyndham gut wrench into a neck breaker on Andre Chase. Looked like his hip may have hit the corner of that table. Daniel James now going after Wyatt Wyndham. Reverse DDT by Wyatt Wyndham on Daniel James. Daniel James throwing Nate Woods into the steel steps. Daniel James trying to throw. Oh, damn. Nate Woods or Daniel James. Oh, chest first and the steel steps goes Daniel James. Daniel James was trying to attack Nate on the outside, but Nate reverses into a big boot, is what I was trying to say. Wyatt Wyndham with a power bomb on the outside. Looked like Andre Chase may have hurt his shoulder on that. Not fall away slam. Samoan drop by Wyatt Wyndham. Back elbow by Daniel James. Wyatt Wyndham picks up the kendo stick and cracks Nate Woods right in the forehead with it. Daniel James just hitting Nate Woods and Andre Chase in the back with thumbtacks. And Daniel James lets out the thumbtacks in the middle of the ring. Wyatt going for the pinfall. And Daniel James kicks out at 2. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, this is your main event of the evening. If you have enjoyed Fan Forged Wrestling presents Forged in Fire, ladies and gentlemen, I invite you back next week, next Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Central Time, for Forged in Fire, our second episode. And you thought this episode was wild? Next week is going to be even better. Oh my God, a shotgun drop kick in the balls by Daniel James on Andre Chase. And Nate Woods has been busted wide open thanks to Daniel James. There's a shock treatment again by Nate Woods on Daniel James this time. Andre Chase going for that double underhook face buster, and he connects on Nate Woods. Wyatt Wyndham goes down. Daniel James gets back up and quickly gets knocked down by Andre Chase. Andre Chase looks like he's setting him up for that. Well, was reverse slam by Nate Woods on Daniel James. Standing Uranagi suplex by Wyatt Wyndham. And Daniel James busted wide open. Look at the blood dripping down Nate Woods' forehead. Nate Wood slamming the steel steps down on Daniel James after cracking him in the head with it. Andre Chase with a suplex on the out. Oh, Falcon Arrow. Daniel James throws Andre Chase back into the ring. Andre Chase, I don't know what that move was. Wyatt Wyndham breaking up the pinfall attempt. Daniel James going after another steel chair. Andre Chase with the thumbtacks in his hand. He drops him. Daniel James rushes Andre Chase into the corner. Goes for a scoop slam, but Andre reverses into a reverse DDT. Andre with the drop kick on Wyatt Wyndham. Picks up the bag of thumbtacks. Shows it to the crowd. But Daniel James is up. Oh, chop block by Daniel James. Daniel James knocking the heads of Wyatt Wyndham and Nate Woods together. Wyatt Wyndham with the mandible claw on Andre Chase goes for the cover. One. Daniel James breaks it up. Daniel James going for a super kick, blocks it, and then connects. Nate with a big boot goes for the cover. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. In a big time main event, Nate Woods has just become the number one contender and will now face Pete Dunne at Golden Ascent for the FFW Heavyweight Championship. Watch the highlights here as this match concluded right there. Big boot straight to Daniel James's big boot right to the jaw of Daniel James by Nate Woods. Goes for the cover, gets the victory, and now goes on to Golden Ascent for the FFW Heavyweight Championship against Pete Dunne. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is our show for the night. I want to thank you so much for tuning in for our debut episode of Forged in Fire. If you like what you see, tune in next Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Central Time. Our second show will have three more qualifying matches for Golden Ascent. Tiffany Page will take on Madison Nicole for the number one contenders rights for a chance to go on to face a mystery opponent or an opponent to be announced rather at Golden Ascent. All of that plus more. Next week, 7 p.m. Central Time, episode 2 of Forged in Fire. Ladies and gentlemen, this show was brought to you by Dubby Energy. Dubby Energy, I just got a few days ago. I've tried it. Actually, yesterday to be exact. We got Dubby Energy. We tried it. It does what it says. It is 100% pure energy. No additives, no artificial dyes, no carbonation bloating feel after you drink it. And it does give you energy to keep streaming. If you want to try out Dubby for yourself, go to dubby.gg, enter the promo code Big Nate Energy or Grizzly Thunder, and save yourself 10% at discount. To all those who have tuned in tonight to watch the show, I did have a chance to shout out some of the members who was here tonight, but a big shout out to Summer Chick 42, who is Angel Michelle in FFW. A huge shout out to TTV Velo, who goes by Daniel James in FFW. And then, of course, myself, Big Nate Gaming, also a part of the Triple Threat Syndicate. Shane Adams, who took a part in the show tonight, even though he did not watch. I appreciate this man more than words can ever tell. He's a brother. He has been for quite a long time, ladies and gentlemen. But you can find him at Twitch and on YouTube as Grizzly Thunder. Well, YouTube as Grizzly Thunder. On Twitch, you can find him as Grizzly Thund. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it for our show tonight. I will be back here in about 20 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes rather, with 7 Days to Die alongside Grizzly Thunder. Ladies and gentlemen, I will see you soon, and I hope every single one of you have a wonderful night.